Welcome, chat, to Colossal. The Colossal is an impossibly massive castle, the interior of which is so large that mountains, valleys, towns, cities, and even oceans fill its rooms. The ceilings and roof are so high they are beyond sight, shrouded by the misty expanse of the sky that sits within its vaulted heights. There seems to be no finding the exterior of the castle, though many adventurers have tried, crossing continental distances only to reach the wall of another room. For those who have ventured past a wall, they find only more rooms on the other side, with new lands stretching off far into the distance. That said, many features you would expect from the Colossal's normal-sized counterparts are present, such as staircases, windows, doorways, balconies, towering statues, burning braziers, pillars disappearing into the clouds, and long, gloomy corridor. No adventurer has yet found their way to the rooftops, the battlements, which they suspect might grant them a view that sheds some light on the true nature of their world. But maybe you will be the first? The world is all indoors. Does that mean GM can charge us rent? Yes. There is no GM. So welcome to Colossal, everyone. This is a single-player tabletop role-playing game. It's a journaling tabletop role-playing game. So you can play this yourself. I'm going to play it, obviously, here in front of you, and I'm going to listen to what chat over there is saying. I'm also recording this for the YouTube channel. And the idea is that you draw cards from a normal play card deck, and then depending on what cards you get, they respond to different tables on the events that transpire. So a very simple system. And as I mentioned, there's no other players, so if you were to play this alone, you would have a notebook where you journal what happens in each sequence in your story with your character. Now, the Colossal is a fantasy world. So as I mentioned, it's a huge castle that houses many rooms that are all huge, vast areas. And the idea, of course, is to find the exit of the Colossal, if possible. You might not make it. Your character might not make it. It might find all kinds of other things. Magic exists, and there are these magical beings, or these automatons called rooks, which have something to do with kind of the history of the Colossal, from what I remember reading. And they are also the source of magic, so they have little cores inside of them that are sources of magic that people hunt sometimes. There are rooks of varying sizes. There are small ones. There are also vast, gigantic rooks that are the size of buildings. All kinds. People can use the rooks' technology to even harness magic themselves, though that requires a lot of skill and knowledge. There are a bunch of different classes I can describe to you. Let me actually show you this cutesy little image. Just a second. There. So here you can see some of the art from Colossal. So you can see in the back there is a big rook. Here you can see two adventurers, and one of them has a small rookling with them. Which class is Bender from Futurama? This one. So one of the classes can attach rook parts to themselves as extra appendages or replacing appendages that they have lost, for example. But we'll get to that in just a second. So there are four different classes. The first one is the Armed, which is the one that you saw there that can have a mechanical appendage from one of these rooks. They can be like an extra arm with fingers, etc., or they can be springs or weapons or whatever kind of mechanical additions. Then there are the Followed. These are characters who have a little rookling that follows them, and rooklings are essentially pets. They are similar to dogs in their level of understanding, and they can do various things. Then there are the Helmed. These are people who have made special helmets out of the rooks that give them magical powers, the one that the rook had. There are three types of magics. There's electricity, ice, and rumble, which is essentially like earthquakes. But there's also rumored to be other kinds of rooks that have not been seen before. And then there are the Mounted. These are people who have built mounts out of pieces of rooks, but they're like more mechanical building thingies. But we're not going to be playing a Helmed this time. I already made a character before. Oh, here's a good image on like what the Colossal looks like. Can you see it, chat? The Colossal. A room so massive that it's huge. I didn't know where to take that one, but anyway. That's what it looks like. Let's get to our adventure then, shall we? We, or me, I, am Eshka, an Armed, who, as a teenager, had his town destroyed and is the only survivor from an attack. So there were rumors of an army sweeping through the lands around Eshka's village, and he had heard tales of their unstoppable nature, burning villages in their wake, and that these men were clad in monstrous, spiked black armor. One night they arrived at Eshka's village, and it was chaos. People screaming, running for their lives, the roofs of our people's huts and tents ablaze, lighting up the sky. But most terrifyingly of all, this army had rooks following the general's commands. The rook's eyes were burning with a purple flame. There's no record of anyone ever commanding a living rook before, so how was that even possible? But Eshka survived, losing his arm in this conflict, but surviving nonetheless. Now, he wants to find answers as to why they did this to his home. He wants to find the Black Army and the rooks of the Purple Flame. He's been honing his skills, and he has grafted a rook arm in place of his left arm that he lost. And this rook arm is thin, but has a big palm to it, so it's size-wise, it's bigger than his regular arm. Eshka is short, wide of frame, muscular, has long, bright red hair, and has a constant smile on his face. He wears armor made out of rook pieces on his legs and shoulders to provide protection and otherwise flowing clothes that allow him to deftly move. He has burn scars on the left side of his neck, as well as scars where he lost his arm. And as a weapon, he has a huge hammer that he uses mostly with his rook arm. Now then, Eshka's story starts. So, we enter the exploration phase, chat, and there are two stats that each character has, which is exploration and combat. There's basically, it can be from 1 to 5. The higher, the better. The armed has a combat score of 4 and an exploration score of 4. So what this essentially means is how many cards you draw when you are either in combat or in exploration, and that determines your opportunities. So, it's time to start drawing some cards on what we face in our travels. Let me get the card deck that I have here visually for you. Yeah, this is a no spreadsheet kind of game. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Sorry. Let me just swap that back. There. All right, let's shuffle our deck and draw 3 cards, since our exploration score is 3. We got the 8 of hearts, the 2 of spades, and the Queen of hearts. So let me see what that means. First is the 8 of hearts. You come across a small settlement, maybe a farming village. The buildings are all wooden and skins like most small settlements. If it is safe, draw an item card to see what can be found there. Otherwise, draw an event card. All right, so because we drew hearts, it is safe. You find 8 hearts. Oh no! All right, so let's see. So we arrive in a safe village. So Eshka arrives in a small settlement called Bounty's Will. Sure, why not? Eshka, I'm just writing this down for myself. I'll put it somewhere nice for later. Eshka arrives in a small village called Bounty's Will to ask if the people there have ever heard of the Black... What was it called? The Black... the Black Army or the Rooks of Purple Flame. Yes. Black Army or the Rooks of Purple Flame. Ask if they heard of DN. What's DN? What do you mean by safe? Like no baddies are going to attack you? Yes, exactly. So there can be like a safe event, or there can be, if it's safe, which was a heart, so it's safe. So we're not going to have like an attack or like a dangerous event or anything. Yes. So we have to draw an extra card now because we need to draw an item card. So let's draw that here. 5 of, what is that one? Spades, clubs, hearts, and diamonds. There we go. I could remember it in Finnish, but not in English. Diamond! Let me find the item. The items, here we go. So we drew an 8. A potion. All right. What is diamond in Finnish? Diamantti. So, after asking around for an hour or so, Eshka finds a mysterious potion seller. Oh, I drew 5? Why did I... Oh, shit. Sorry, my bad. Thank you. Let me change that then. A key. Even better. Eshka finds a mysterious curios cellar. Sorry, my bad. Thank you, chat. He finds a mysterious curios cellar. Oh, it's ruutu in Finnish. All right. Entering the store, Eshka has a conversation with the person who runs the shop, a curious fellow, odd fellow. The shop has a odd but sweet smell to it as incense fills the air, and there are knickknacks, weird items, dried animal pieces, maybe? Not sure. Haven't seen those before. All over the place. Eshka asks about the Black Army and the Rooks of Purple, if this person knows anything about them. Lets out a dry cackle and swoops low to pull out a key. Puts it on the table and says, "This is rumored to open the very door of the castle of the Black Army." Eshka won't take an opportunity like that, or won't lose an opportunity like that, so he grabs the key and thanks the curios seller. He asked if he knows where this castle is, but unfortunately, such information is not known to this curios seller. So, Eshka gets a key, which purportedly opens the door of the Black Army's castle. That's the first part. Curios seller hands Eshka, a key that is purported to open the door of the Black Army's castle. There we go. All right. That was the first one. Next is the two of spades. How did DN get the key? We don't know. We don't know. We do not know. All right. Next, two of spades, a door. No ordinary door. A door between rooms in the Colossal. It's impossible, huge beyond imagining, disappearing upward into the sky. If you hadn't seen it from a distance, you'd have thought it was just another wall. If it's ruined, maybe you can skip through a gap, but if it's intact, you will have to find a mechanism to unlock it or open it. All right. Since we got a spade, it is indeed intact. It is intact. So, after leaving this village, Eshka traveled for a few weeks with little people in his way. He traveled through forests, through swamps, and once he reached the edge of the forest, he saw a huge door in the distance and decided to go look. And it was indeed. It was indeed.
Or the cackles.
Thank you. Okay, is GM? for the sub. It was indeed a door between rooms of the Colossal. Traveling for weeks without seeing people or settlements, Eshka saw a gargantuan door in the distance. He decided to go have a closer look at it. As Eshka gets close to the door, notices that it is closed. And around the door is just nothing. Doesn't seem to be any indication of a mechanism. There's a wall, though. It also seems huge. Eshka gets closer to the wall. And after looking at the wall closer, seems to find a button of sorts. He pushes. Click. Huge gears start turning. The clanging of metal and rock echoing throughout this area, and the booming and scraping sound of the door opening slowly begins. The door moves to reveal another room. Beyond seems to be a lush forest. Eshka walks in through the door, which slowly closes behind him. That's the second card. Eshka finds the hidden button, presses it, and opens the door, which reveals a lush forest behind it. Eshka enters, and the door closes behind. Boom. All right. Then, last card is the Queen of Hearts. Where's the... What is the Queen, actually? Wait, how did this work again? Hold on. More like Queen of Farts. Got him. Why is there no queen in the... Or was there a separate... Oh, right. There's a separate one. Yes. Sorry. I'm still new to this. There we go. Okay. I know what happens. So after making his way to the other side of the door, Eshka travels for a couple of days in this dense, lush forest. It seems to be almost endless. And one morning, Eshka is woken up by he wakes up to the sound of thunderous footsteps. Slow, but certain. He quickly gathers himself and goes to hide And all of a sudden, a rook walks past. A rook about the height of a small tree. So, twice his size. Eshka takes a closer look at the rook and notices it has burning purple eyes. Eshka's on the right trail. Eshka's getting closer. Eshka decides to trail this rook and see where it leads him. And that ends the first chapter of Eshka's story as he starts trailing this big rook quietly, slowly through the forest. One morning, Eshka is woken up by thunderous footsteps. It's a rook. After what happens next? We're gonna draw some more cards and we're gonna find out. I'll just write this down. After not surveying, but after inspecting. No, not inspecting. After looking at the rook from afar, Eshka notices that the rook has burning purple eyes. Eshka decides to trail. Alright, that's the first chapter. Let me just write down what cards we got again. It was the Eight of Hearts, Two of Spades, and a heart. Spades. There. All right, so now it's time to draw another 3 cards and see where the next chapter takes our dear Eshka. Just wrong one. Where is it? Nope. Oh, there. So we're going to put these in the discard pile and draw our next 3 cards. The 8 of Spades, 10 of Hearts, and the 10 of Spades. Let's see. The 8 of Spades. The sea. A huge expanse of water stretches out before you. You stand on a rocky coast or a beach looking out. The water stretches to the horizon, but beyond it you can see the telltale columns and ceilings and ceiling supports of the Colossal. It's all still within a room. Okay, there's like a different module thing, but I don't have the model. So okay, so Eshka trails the rook for a few days, not sleeping since the rooks don't need sleep. After a couple of days of tracking, he's exhausted, and he arrives at the beach and sees the rook walk into the water and walk towards somewhere. He has to think quick, be able to track the creature further. What does he do? Let me see if was there anything about the... All right. Unfortunately, Eshka has to spend the whole day building a raft. He's not particularly experienced in building rafts, but thanks to his rook arm, he's able to carry more heavy things. And after a day's worth of building, he has a serviceable raft. But of course, it's the evening, and he's exhausted. So he sleeps. And the next day, he sets off on the ocean, trying to see where this rook went. Eshka follows the rook to a beach where it heads into the ocean. Eshka spends the day building a raft, and the next day sets sail to try and track the rook. Of course, doesn't seem very likely, but hey, one can always try, right? Then we're going to have to look at a different table now because we're on the ocean now. So there are a different set of events on the ocean. Come on, there we go. Let's see, what do we have? We have the 10 of hearts. Huh. After sailing for the whole day, Eshka comes across a beach. And he can see at the top of the island a big, dark castle. This beach, however, is guarded. You see guards there, and one rook. After a close inspection, it is the rook that he was trailing. This seems to be the only way in to the island. And as luck would have it, the rook and all other guards except one head more inwards to the island. Eshka sees this as his chance and heads towards the beach. As he disembarks, the guard approaches him with weapon drawn, and we enter battle. All right, it's time for fight! Time for a fight. Hold on, let me see how does this work again. Where was the fighting thing? Let's get ready to rumble. Hold on. Need to find the rules. Which page was it on? Ah, there we are. So, let's establish how this person is going to fight me. Let me change the music to be more apt. A bit too chill right now. There we go. That's better. Time to draw some more cards. So, where is it? There. Three of the spades. That means that he's trying to kill us. He comes towards with an angry face, the lust for blood in his eyes, but he draws a bow and arrow as he is a ranged combatant. And then I think that's it for those, right? Because that's just for the rook part. Fighting, yeah. All right, so the way this works is I have to draw my combat score's amount of cards, which is 4. Place them here. Face up. And these basically present me the options on how I can counter my enemy. And because my enemy is a regular person, turn that down a little bit loud. There we go, that's better. And because my opponent is a regular human, I believe they have a score of 1. Yes. And I essentially have to have a higher score to beat my opponent. So this is my opponent's attack. Their first attack. Oh! They had a jack. So, as Eshka jumps off the raft, the guard draws an arrow drenched in what looks to be some kind of poison, draws the arrow and shoots deftly. Let's see. What happens if it's a draw? You must look at one of your options. A higher number card. You must not give 4 ones to a wound against yourself. Has any attacks left? For the attack type. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I have to check something else. It's this. The suit is diamond. Oh, it's a creative attack. Yeah, okay. I would say poison is a creative attack. Yeah. Diamonds beats heart. Yeah, I think if it's... Oh, no. If your card numbers equals that of the incoming attack, that is a clash, and your player does not receive a wound. Okay. So I'm going to use my jack. So, shoots the arrow, and because I'm using a jack of hearts, that would be a... Let me see. I don't have a magic attack, so I think that is then considered an unarmed attack. So, the arrow shoots, and Eshka is able to block the arrow with his rook arm, and hits the rook arm and shatters and splinters. It pushes Eshka back a bit, but he's able to regain his composure and pick up his hammer again, as he had to drop it to block this attack. So what happens now? Because they only have that one attack. Does it end? Dope monk shit. Hell yeah. Your opponent lives and you receive... losing, your opponent lives and you receive no reward. Any wounds received in this combat phase still take effect, but I didn't get any. Okay. Okay. So, what happens is, after seeing Eshka block this arrow with their arm, he looks surprised and slightly frightened and decides everyone else has to be warned, and he dashes off into the forest. Eshka looks frustrated as he has to take care of his raft, otherwise it will escape, and he has to wait and follow later. All right, nice. That was nice. Eshka finds a small island with a black castle on top of it. On the shore is some guards and the rook he was trailing. All guards and the rook, all guards except one and the rook leave. This is Eshka's chance. He storms the beach. And fights the remaining guard. However, the guard escapes, and Eshka must tend to his raft. Yes. All right. Let's change the music then to a more appropriate one. There we go. All right. So last we have 10 of clubs. What happened to the music? Oh, I didn't press play. That would help. Lastly, 10 of clubs. There. You come across a city. Okay, maybe this island is not small after all. We'll retcon that and say that this is a big island. A huge settlement unlike anything you have ever seen before. Buildings constructed from rook parts, seemingly motorized vehicles and mechanisms on every corner. And best of all, shops, culture, and hunters. A place of commerce, trade, and meeting. If you don't want to use it, no, that's it. Otherwise, consult the city module to discover this astonishing new location. Okay, so we're going to change a little bit of what happened previously. So, Eshka did find this island, yes. We're going to keep that. But this island is actually a big island. And the castle is far in the distance. Not as close as we originally thought. And after the tie of this battle, he starts tracking this guard with the black armor. And after a day's travel, he comes across this huge, beautiful city. And that's what we're going to build now. There's a system here for building a city. I just need to find it. Here we are, cities. First this process. Number of cards. How many cards do we draw? Oh yeah, it's 8 cards altogether. So the way that this works is, or is it 8 cards? Hold on, sorry, let me reread that. A city always starts with 4 elements. There are elements that all cities have. Search through your card deck and find a 10, Jack, Queen, and King. Okay, so we need to find a 10. Does the suit matter? I don't think it does. Now that you draw a number, you can take the rest of your city. Ah, okay. 4 elements, just like Avatar: The Last Airbender. All right. Ah, okay, so, yeah. Okay, so we can take these cards that we already have here. Because we need a 10, a jack, a queen, and a king. We have not had a king, so we're going to have to draw until we get one. Nope. 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 God damn. Where's the king? Come on. Good grief. In before last possible card. There you are. All right, so is there? Can I get like a? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oh, that's the edge of the thing. Let's actually move these here so we can have a little bit more room. Stack deck, yeah, for real. So what we're going to do now is that we can shape these cards in whatever shape we want, and that's actually going to be the shape of the city. Isn't that cool? Alright. Let's see. How are we going to shape this? Make it look like a boopa. I'm going to get banned! Do you want that? Yes. So I'm going to put them in like juxtaposition. So like these are the important places. And then below it, the less important places. This is the city of something. We'll name it in a second. So, the king is the hunter's guild, queen is the tavern, jack is the merchant, and 10 is the housing district. I'm making caste-based living conditions. And then we're going to have 4 other cards, which will dictate stuff. All right, let's see. What do these dictate? What other places do we have in this wonderful city? We have a 7. That would be a Rookling Kretch. So this is a place where you can buy Rooklings for yourself. A 3. A Rooksmith. Telling Wayne their mount garages, Rooksmiths work on the mechanical parts of rooks and convert them into vehicles or mounts to be ridden upon. I don't have any treasures though, so I can't buy anything. Can armed use Rooklings? Yeah, anyone can use Rooklings or become an armed or get a mount. Like anyone can, but it's just like certain ones start with stuff. As long as I could go to the Rookling Kretch and buy one, but I don't have any stuff to sell. That's the problem. Like we don't have any treasures. So, what if it's a king though? Steal a helmet. No, that's a bit harder. Sell your organs? Bro, what? Bruh. What if it's a king? Do I have to just, like, not take a king again? If you draw another Jake, you can put it at the bottom of the deck and draw another card. Ah, okay. Okay, so we need to replace the king. Bye. What if it's an ace? I think ace there was a separate one there. Yes. Oh, this is the palace grounds. This city has a palace and a ruler as well. This is likely a place of sumptuous architecture, but out of only the most ornate rook made out of oh no, this is a palace of built out of only the most ornate rook husks. At a high point in the city looking over everyone else. All right, slight change to the story. This is the castle. We have entered the castle. Or we have entered the The city that is ruled by the Black Army. Yes. On this island they live. They rule this huge city. Very good. And then was that another 3? So that would be another Rooksmith. Yeah, let's have it be another Rooksmith, because we could also draw another card. But I think them having several Rooksmiths would make sense, because they are able to command rooks. So, yeah, that would make sense. And Eshka is able to slip in to the city and is in the belly of the beast, as it were. Jones said, "Let's storm the Capitol, brother." What happens then? I forget. Let me see. Let me see. Incredible bustling mechanisms from their stone bodies. Yes. All right. So Eshka comes across this big city that is ruled by the Black Army. Ruled by the Black Army and their purple fire rooks. He slips inside with a group of travelers and is now in the belly of the beast. What else do we then? I am on. No! I forgot to turn that off. So that's the building prompts. And there's the different places. I think Eshka would first go to a tavern. First of all, to stay at the tavern, but also to discuss. Also to try to find out some information on who this Black Army is. Walking through the city, the army is very present everywhere. So this is clearly a heavily militarized city. After having a few drinks and speaking with the locals, he's able to find out. What does he find out? That the Black Army essentially found a way to speak with the rooks and to bind them to their will. Oh yeah, I forgot to add the key to the inventory. Let me add that. Oop. Eshka goes to a tavern and finds out that the Black Army is able to bend the rooks to their will with some weird type of... my leg. Sitting on my leg for too long. He then spends the night in the tavern, finally getting a proper rest. How do we take this further? Hold on. See something. They're like another kind of thing. Because now he's in the city, and he's not going to want to leave the city, obviously, because he wants to infiltrate the castle. So then there's cities. Sorry, I'm just reading what the city stuff is. Okay, no, there's nothing else to it then. All right, then he makes his way to the castle, and he foolishly thinks that he can just walk in, but notices that the gates are heavily guarded. And this isn't going to be as simple as that. He's going to need something worthy to get inside. Maybe an offering, a trophy. And there's a good place for a trophy to be gotten from. The Hunters Guild. Eshka heads to the Hunters Guild and decides taking on a job through them could be a good way to get a trophy. So, it is time to draw some cards to see what type of quest Eshka gets from the Hunters Guild. 3 cards. The Jack of Diamonds. No, Spades, sorry. Spades, right? Yeah, Spades. The 9 of Spades. And the 8 of Spades. Buy a hunt. Okay, cool. Thanks. I'll do that. So first, the location is a doorway to another room. Interesting. Interesting. And the distance is 2 exploration phases. I see. All right. So, the quest that he gets is that he must travel to the other side of the island and take a boat from there across this ocean to a door between the rooms, which is where a rook is that has to be taken down. We're gonna have to take down a rook. To another island with the real castle. No. We're gonna have to go take care of a rook, which is bothering the army as they cannot use that door because this rook is in the way and they are unable to bind it to their will. They don't want to lose any men. They would rather use adventurers. So this is the quest. We are on a quest. All right, cool. Time to draw some exploration cards again. Let me just write this down. Eshka goes to the Hunters Guild. to get a quest so that he can use the quest trophy to gain entrance into the castle. The quest is to destroy a rook located at a door between rooms across the ocean. All right. So it was two exploration phases. Another jack. Oh, jokers don't count, so let's take another one. And a 5. How many jacks we got in this? I feel like we got like 1,000 jacks. When does Eshka go to Gary Con? We're getting there. Okay. Exploration, baby. Let's see what are the two things that we get. Because I think it said something like, hold on, let me see. Okay. Understood. The first one is Jack of Spades. Oh, we found an item. Pog! Oh, we found an item. Pog! I'm pogging, chat. Now let's consult the item table. Find it. Looking for item table. Right. Go to that. Item table. Item table. Where are you? Where is it? Consult the Oracle of Item. Oh, but for real, where is it? Operation rules. Item and event table. There we are. Thank you. Oh, it was right here. I'm an idiot. So what do we get? Oh yeah, 6 of diamond. Item. We find a vehicle. Yes. All right. After we make it to the other side of the ocean, Eshka finds the remains of another adventurer and what seems to be a two-wheeled, or like two-legged, I should say, two-legged mechanical steed that should make traveling a lot nicer. Now we got a mechanical steed. Multi-classing. Nice. Nice. All right. Rin, rin, rin. What do they do again? What do those things do again? Let me double check. There's the mounted. So what do they do? Okay, I think it's just flavor, maybe? Might be wrong here, but it doesn't seem like there's a mechanic to it unless I am being silly. Let me check from the city side of things yet. They say anything there about that? What flavor doesn't, like, you have a mount and you're traveling with a mount so you can like come up with cool story shit. You know? Where was it? Tavern. What flavor is it? Oh, it's strawberry. Yeah, no. Okay, so cool. We have a ride now, so we're gross. Well, okay, Mr. Judgmental. Let's see where we're next taken by our adventuring. It's a 5 of hearts. A dead body of another human. Who are they? What are they wearing? Either draw a card from the item table to see if they have something on their person, or draw from the event table to see if the situation develops. Oh, we're drawing from the event table, baby! Because something seems off. Oh no, chat. Something's off! It's an ace. Something's off. What are they wearing? They're wearing black armor. They're wearing the armor of the Black Army. And you know what? You turn the body. Or we turn the body, I should say. Eshka turns the body. It's the body of his childhood friend from his village. Eshka is confused. But thought he... Didn't they kill everyone? Maybe they didn't. Maybe they kidnapped some, but why is he fighting for the Black Army? What was he doing here? And then the rook arises from the ground. What Eshka thought was a small husk, or like the top of a husk, was actually the rook hidden underground. Rises up to attack. Eshka finds the corpse of a Black Army knight, and it turns out to be his childhood friend. Let me see. No, actually, no. That's not what I want to do. Hold on. I'm going to check something. Oh, yeah, right. I forgot to lose. How could unnamed childhood friend betray me like this? Yeah, I can't believe they've done this. But how big is that? Just battle with the rook. But how do we know how big of a rook it is? Using the quest. Phase. Okay. So we have to create our enemy now. So I'm gonna say it's a massive rook. Is a big old rook. This is gonna be a tough one, actually. Maybe we should make it a medium rook instead. No, massive. Fuck it. We're going in. We're going in. How do we create a rook? Hold on. Was it there? Oh, I missed it. Here we are. TPK time! So, creating your opponent. A rook. No, actually, no, it's a medium. Sorry, I'll keep it a medium, but it's the size of a small building. So I know I don't want the massive one. Medium, size of a small building. So this big, like, small house-sized rook rises to attack angrily. Gotta run some errands, keep the fun going. Hey, thank you. Okay, GM, appreciate it. Have a good one. First, you must draw one card and consult the table below to establish the rook's magic and body type. All right, let's draw a card then. Over here we shall. It's weak spot! King and diamond. So its magic type is ice. And its body type is defense. So it is like a stocky building with a lot of armor around it. All right. Then we draw another card to establish its weapon and our reward. If we defeat it. I'm gonna turn on the combat music again. I'll put the boss music. Yeah. Let's get going. Alright. So what did we get, sorry? Oh, we got a 9. So, it is a melee attacker. And the reward is a helm. Oh, shit. It's this Regice, yeah. So this rook glows with a blue, intense energy. And its body opens up, like these plates open up to reveal arms that come out to smash, and then they kind of retract. Oh fuck, triple glassing! If we win. But first, we must fight! So, first I draw my weapon cards. I mean my combat cards. Let's make some room again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good thing you have torrent, LimeWire, and then 3 for the enemy. Oh, I am out. So I have to shuffle. Does it shuffle everything? Yep. Oh well. Oh well. Oh, my city. No, my city. Oh fuck. Oh well. My city. Oh well. Rip, yeah. Should have taken an image. Ah, well, you live and learn. You live and you try Control Z. Let's see. Nope, doesn't have a Control Z. It's pretty basic. So, I don't blame it. Actually, I don't think we can reveal those quite yet. It's gonna hurt though. Alright, so draw first the opponent's cards and place it face up in front of you. This is your opponent's first attack. Garnet, you must allocate one of your options. Oh yeah, I should have. I need to redo that because I saw what I did it wrong. Sorry. Now I have information I shouldn't have. So first I draw my own cards, the 4, and then I reveal them. Now I know my. Oh my god, my attacks are so good. And then I draw its first attack. What that doesn't count because it's a joker, and jokers are not part of this. So no. Oh, but I have an ace. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ace! So I'm gonna use an ace. I'm gonna use one of my aces, so the ace of hearts. Counter it. It has the king of spades, so what is that attack? Spade is an unarmed attack. Or is this is just for... Yeah. Spade is an unarmed attack, and... Is there anything else here? Oh yeah, if you counter... Oh yeah. Do I have a spade? No. Oh no. No, that's a club. Oh well. Because if you counter with the same suit, that's a critical hit, but I don't have the same suit, so... And then my attack is a heart, but I don't have magic, so what if it's a club? Oh, actually, I'll do weapon attack. All right. So, here's what happens. Eshka gets ready, all of it twirls around, and this huge, or this big rook rises from the ground. This bulky tower that has its front part that opens up. Two arms come out to smash Eshka. Eshka is able to dodge out of the way, lifts his hammer up, and smashes one of the arms so that it's bent and it no longer gets inside, and it can't close one of its shields properly now. The arm can still extend out, but it cannot get back in properly. That is one success for Eshka. Next. That's done. Oh, a 2. You fool. So that would be a 2 of diamonds. So a diamond would be a creative attack. And so it's, yeah, because it's only the, yeah, okay. So now that its hand is stuck, what is my counter is going to be, the counter is still, it's going to be, oh, it's another weapon attack. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. The rook starts to power up with ice magic and shoots a blast of ice from the hand that is currently warped and broken. And Eshka jumps up in the air and flips to dodge the attack and uses the momentum to come down and attack the hand. And as it was using the ice magic, it actually made the hand cold and brittle for a moment. Just the right moment for Eshka to attack and actually shatter the whole arm, and the arm falls to the ground now, and it has now lost one of its arms. Yes. But I wonder if ace is considered like I have to. Oh, ace is considered. Oh shit! Actually, is ace considered low or high in this? I'm not sure actually. I think ace might actually be considered low, so I actually would have lost the first one. Oh well. We'll do it. We'll do it better next time. We're learning. I'm learning. Just say it's high. We'll say it's high for now. Fuck it. We'll do it better next time. Is fine. There's no rules lawyers here. We're amongst friends. But now the rook, having lost his one arm, shakes and turns there, and then its last attack. A queen. But I also have a queen, so it's a tie. And now that Eshka is on the arm, the other hand pivots to come smash Eshka, but Eshka puts up his hammer to block it and is keeping it at bay and pushes it to the side and rolls off the arm and tumbles on the ground. And Eshka sees the perfect opening now in the armor, now that the other hand came out to attack, and jumps inside the rook, where after climbing for a few moments, he sees the rookling that is the core of the rook and smashes it with his hammer. And the rook powers down, crumbles to the ground, and Eshka comes out rolling from the hole in its armor, victorious. That's right, baby. Now I got a helm. Met. Is it a helm or a helmet? Eat shit, endemic species, let's go! Exactly. Let's change the music. All right. So that ends that. Ishka is ambushed by a rook, but defeats it and receives a helmet. Was it a helmet or a helm? I can't remember which one it was called. Now I have to find... Oh, here we are. Oh no, where is it? Gotta go, fun to you, good stream. Thank you very much for the different stream. See you next time on Wednesday. Why can't I find it now? Ah, there we are. So the reward was the... What was it that we got? It was a helm. Yeah, a helm, not a helmet. A helm. Put that in the character sheet. And then Eshka makes his way back, which will require 2 explorations. But I think we'll continue on that the next time. Eshka must now travel back to the city. 2 exploration phases. What will Eshka find out in this city? That is what we will find out next time. So yeah, that was Colossal. It's written C-O-L... Wait, how is it pronounced? How is it? It's C-O-L-O-S-E-L-E. Colossal. It's yeah, single player journaling RPG. This is pretty fun, actually. I quite like this. This is pretty nice. This is a pretty nice experience of like seeing where the cards take you and building a story. It's a nice experience. Hey, if you enjoyed this, then, you know, let me know in the comments below, alright? This was a different kind of tabletop RPG experience. And hey, remember to subscribe and like as well if you're still watching this, and see you in the next one, alright? Bye.